back to another video of All You Can Eat Bucs, guys. Mabaga Baga, Juju Nation. Thanks for tuning in today. And in today's episode, I'll be talking about A1 Mr. Miguel Timm and the situation that currently surrounds him at this moment in time at Pirates. I think the writing is clearly on the wall for Timm. I believe he's going to be leaving in June basically, and I've kind of made peace with that because Miguel Timm is actually one of my favorite players, honestly, not just in terms of on a footballing level, on a technical level, but the leadership qualities that he exudes, when he carries himself in interviews, on the pitch and all this stuff. So he's gonna be a big loss, especially filling in that leadership gap and on the field as well, as being someone who can dictate the tempo of the game. And he's not, I won't lie, he's not the guy who's going to get you 10 assists a season, or even maybe be that high on the progressive passes index at the end of the season, but he is someone who does his job silently in a way that he makes other players kind of like play better than him. Whether it was at Marumo with Ndabaitepan Grondlo, or at Pirates where he was kind of getting a chemistry with Tabang Monare towards the end of 2023, and also on Grondlo at Pirates, when they first came, when they first joined Pirates. So we will be losing someone who makes other players better on the field, and especially for young players, if you're going to be blooding younger players and new guys coming into the team, into the system, they will need someone who can basically show them the ropes on the field, because a coach can be on the touchline, but his influence sometimes is restricted to a certain level. I feel like Timm, the profile of the player that is Miguel Timm, is someone who keeps things simple, keeps things ticking, but also chooses moments, basically controlling the tempo and choosing moments when to speed up, when to play that progressive pass, and when to calm things down. And basically he's someone who can manage a game for you. And in the current Bucs squad, we have that sort of profile in Patrick Thomas Wangani, who has that element of, sometimes fans will say he slows down, he delays the text, but sometimes, it's kind of necessary to play the game at your own pace and for control, basically, because coaches, especially Spanish coaches, are huge on control, controlling, making sure that, if we are going forward, the rest defense is good. We have our defenders are positioned in a way to basically prevent the counter if it does happen and things like this. So you'll be losing someone who can also do that, and as a result of that, Tito has actually been dropping deeper, not just in the attacking sense, getting the ball from deep and progressing it up forward, but also in that sense of from a control aspect as well, a facilitator basically. So you're losing someone like that, and Timm has only played 2 matches this season. He hasn't started a single match for Pirates this season, and his last match was against Al Ali last year on the 7th of December. Funny enough, Timm, and this is where the Timm situation kind of leaves you thinking, how they, in my opinion, I feel like his treatment is a bit harsh, but big clubs need to be ruthless, because if we are to go back to preseason, Timm, I believe, played and started most of the matches, or had played most of the matches. I think the first match against Plymouth Argyle he didn't start, but the match against Sevilla where we won 2-0, he started and he actually scored in that match. Got an injury, I think, towards the end of preseason, missed the start of the season, and Mambata and McLean Makaula were there actually to make us forget that we even had someone like Miguel Timm, because they were playing so well. I think with Bata, we should remember that Talente, this is his first season of playing regular football. He had a half season, a bit of a half season last season, but now he's a starter. He's playing, maybe 3 times a week. traveling, playing Champions League matches, and also an international. And it's his first season doing that as a professional, so I think we should cut him a bit of slack on that regard. But he's done well. Fatigue I think has caught up with him a bit in the last 2 months because his performances have dropped a bit. But in that aspect, you have those two players who have really made us forget about Miguel Timm. And then in those moments when Bata is a bit of form, and I think he was also injured with a foot injury at some point, but it wasn't that serious. You bring in Goodman Mosele ahead of Timm, who's been fit, who's been training, to come in and basically replace Cash against Cape Town City when we beat them 2-1 in Orlando. So that basically should signal to Timm that he's not going to be needed anymore. Really, he might be needed this season, but looking forward, especially with Pirates did have a bit of interest in Jaden Adams, but they just didn't become anything serious. I believe. Looking forward to also, like, just looking at Timm's age, it puts him at a disadvantage because you already have Makaula and Timm. I think this season was a season for Pirates, especially the hierarchy, to choose who they'll keep, because you can't keep two 30 plus year olds in the midfield where it's a position that's very demanding, especially at the highest levels, where especially at the club like Pirates, there'll be a high turnover of matches, so that will really take a toll, especially if you get older on your body. The team situation is kind of similar to Tabang Monares, but I didn't just get the attention that I feel like it deserved, because Tabang Monare, prior to AFCON last year, he had played 12 league matches and started in 9 of them. His last match before AFCON, I believe, was the Soweto Derby where I believe it was on the 11th of November, where Mahopa scored the only goal and we won at FNB, and he played well in that match, and it was clear that he was in Jose Rivero's plans. We go to AFCON, we come back, and after the AFCON period, leading up to the end of the season, Dash only played 7 minutes against Polokwane City, which goes to show you that there was already a plan in place that, okay, we are going to bring in Talente and phase Dash out. Same thing kind of happened with Kermit Erasmus, but we didn't actually. We brought back Mapasa and then phased out Kermit Erasmus and Richard Ofori as well. So we should be seeing more older players being, phased out as the years go by. It is Godini. I think Tabiso Lebito as well, his age, I think he's 32, and we have a lot of right backs, and we have Siabonga Ndlozi coming through. He'll probably be the next victim of the axe, but big clubs need to make tough decisions at the end of the day, and football is a cutthroat business. But for Timm, man, I think we should remember him at Pirates as for what he really was and embraced it. Timm was not a Teboho Mokwena, scoring screamers from 40 yards out, or a flashy star player, anything of that sort. He was someone who brought control, maturity and leadership to the Bucs midfield, and his passion for the club as well is one of the reasons why I loved him. The passion in the interviews, the way he plays as well. I remember, funny enough, when Lodge went to Sundowns, his first match for Sundowns was against Pirates, and I feel like 5 minutes in, Timm floored Nyoso with a reckless tackle, and actually got the yellow card and ended up getting sent off in that match for a challenge on Ronald Williams. But okay, it's questionable actually, especially in a game of that magnitude, doing that. But those, especially, I know that some fans were really cheering, especially after doing that, they were cheering Timm on, and it's those kind of elements, that make us connect with players, especially if they show that, I want to be here, and those were one of the reasons we really love Miguel Timm. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's basically it. I feel like Timm is going to be leaving. Let me know your thoughts on Timm as a player, how you remember him, and do you think he was ill-treated at Pirates, or they've done due diligence to him and treated him fairly? See you on the next, guys. Peace.